What are you doing? All right, so it's been a while since you have heard anything from us. And the reason why you haven't heard anything from us is we have been super crazy busy. We wanted to do a video to kind of wrap up season 2 because we are about ready to head off into season 3. The first thing we did, we got an RV. We purchased our Imagine 2500 RL. We went to a few places. We did a little bit of a stint in Pismo Beach, which also involved Paso Robles and wine. We did Ocotillo Wells to try and test out the boondocking of the rig. I'm going to link some of these up here or there. Hey Gracie, how's it going? We also did a trip to South Dakota for a job, which was tons of fun. We've been full-time for 3 months now?
Longer than 3 months, because we started February 21st.
We wanted to talk a little bit about the things that we've learned about hashtag RVLife in the last 3 months. The first thing is...
Rig envy is real.
Rig envy is real. We have been hanging out at an RV resort in San Diego, and some of the rigs that have come through this, bloody amazing. We're in our little 30-foot Imagine travel trailer, and you know, these people have been coming through here rocking like $1 million rigs. It's insane.
But part of the fun, rig would come in and I'd Google it and I'd be like, oh, they got one of these, wow.
Yeah.
So rig envy is a thing.
Speaking of rigs, there is absolutely zero privacy in a rig.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't see many people talk about this. Living in an RV is probably the most intimate you can ever get, because there is zero privacy and you can hear everything. Every burp, every toot, every bathroom. You better really like each other and you better really have a sense of humor.
There will be at least one point in time when you will hear your spouse say,
turn on the fan!
Hey, can you turn the fan on?
Even funnier is how many times you're in the shower right now. Yeah, you just need to stay in the shower for a few minutes because I gotta go. Yeah.
There's been that too. Stay behind that shower curtain because I have to go. You don't need most things you think you need.
Wow. Yeah, I put a lot of stuff when we left the house. I transferred a lot of stuff in here that I thought I would need, and I haven't used it once. Cooking. I use 2 pans. Literally. I use 2 pans. Towels, all the towels. I'm down to 4 bath towels. That's all we need.
Yeah. And I think there's also, you don't want to get caught up in this mindset of, I have to go buy all this stuff for RVing, because there's stuff that we bought that we thought we would need this every single day of our RV life, and we absolutely did not need those things. Buy the essentials. You know, you're going to need a sewer hose, you're going to need a water pressure regulator, you're going to need a couple of hoses, one for fresh water, one for black water. You know, things like that, yes, you're going to need, but don't get caught up in, I need all of these gadgets, because you really don't.
Yeah. I will tell you, I think the smartest thing I did is I didn't buy new bedding. I used the bedding from home, and so when I go to bed at night, it still feels like home because it's the same bedding, and that actually makes a huge difference. It was so much better, and it feels like home. So yeah, don't go out and buy all that new stuff.
Cool. And you'll save some money by not doing that. What's next? Oh, this is be nice to the RV park staff. I basically have 2 rules of life, and this kind of falls into my 2 rules of life. Rule number 1 is don't be a dick. And then rule number 2 is
tip your waiter.
Tip your bartender. Tip your bartenders. You follow those 2 rules, life will be so much easier. So along the lines of don't be a dick, be nice to the RV park staff.
Yeah, it makes if you're staying somewhere for an extended amount of time, get to know them. We've befriended some of the people here, some of the staff, and just love them. And they're like a little miniature family here in the RV park. Mm-hmm. It's lovely to ride my bike around the park and have the maintenance, the landscapers go, "Hey Tony, what's up?"
Yeah. What else do we got? Oh, this one was one of yours. The RV park is not a desert island. What do you mean by that?
Sometimes it could feel like you're kind of protected here in the RV park, and you don't want to leave the RV park because there's no traffic, but you have to get out. It makes you feel better.
Yeah, especially when it's spring break time and the guy that pulls in next to you pulls out a PA system, points it towards your trailer, and just starts blaring music.
Yeah.
And then, here's the kicker, decided to take his whole family to the pool, just left the PA system blaring music at us. That was a fun day.
I'm starting to think that, maybe boondocking on the weekends is better than the RV park. Because RV parks during the week are
beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Like all the weekend warriors leave, and you're in this beautiful RV park, and there's hardly anybody here.
Mm-hmm. The last thing of things that we've learned. We learned that this was, when I say this, moving out of the house and getting into the trailer and full-time RVing, so far we've learned that this was a wonderful decision for us when it comes to our own mental health. It's made it much, much easier for us to deal with the amount of grief that we've been dealing with after losing our daughter. Selling our house was a big step forward in that, because we felt like when we were in the house, every time we came around a corner, there was a memory. Because it was the house that we raised Danielle in. In that house, it felt like the grief had control of us. And by getting rid of the house and being in a different environment, we have a little bit more control over the grief. Do you agree?
I agree.
So that's been huge. All right, so that's some of the stuff that we've learned in this over 3 month little adventure of full timing. And granted, we haven't been really living the full-time RV lifestyle because we've been fairly stationary because of the amount of work that we have. Tomorrow we start traveling and doing more adventuring. But that's kind of the things that we've learned. So I want to talk a little bit about some of the stuff that's coming up in season 3. So we have had a metric ton of changes since we talked to you last. So we bought a brand new truck. We traded in our half ton.
Got a hell of a deal.
We got a hell of a deal on a 3/4 ton. We're not going to, let's just leave it at that. Because we'll address that. We got a new hitch because my mom is experiencing some health difficulties, and there could be a point in the future where I have to fly back here to San Diego to take care of some stuff with her, which leaves Tony on her own, possibly having to hook up and unhook. So we wanted to make something. We wanted to make it a little easier for her to do that. So we moved to an Anderson weight distribution hitch, and we haven't pulled with it yet. That starts tomorrow. So we'll do a bit of a review on that after we have a little bit of time in it. We also have a review of it was the first manufacturer that reached out to us and wanted us to review a product. And I feel so guilty because we said, yes, absolutely, we will review this product. And then we got super, super busy doing client work and haven't had a chance to review it yet. But we do have a review of some shoes. So we had a shoe company reach out to us. They sent us some shoes for free. So we're going to do a review of that. And it might actually be better that we didn't do it for a while because it gave us a chance to really put these things through their paces. So what's in store for season 3? This is the wrap up of season 2. What's in store for season 3? Talk about the first place we're going.
We are going to Helen, Georgia for a family reunion.
Where's Helen, Georgia?
In Georgia.
Well, of course, but like where in Georgia?
It's north of Atlanta.
And tell me, what is the amazing thing about Helen, Georgia?
It's a little German tourist town.
After that, after Helen, Georgia,
Good. Who knows?
who knows? Who knows where we're going to go? We do have a client that has a couple of jobs for us, possible jobs for us on the East Coast. One outside of Boston, one in Cincinnati, possibly one in West Palm Beach, although to tell you the truth, I don't really want to go to West Palm Beach in the middle of summer. Since we are going to be on the East Coast for the rest of the summer, if you are someone who's on the East Coast, who's RV'd the East Coast, put something in the comments. Tell us what there is to do. If there's some like really super cool things as RVers that we need to see on the East Coast, please, please, please put it in the comments, because we're game for anything. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. Anything. Mm-hmm. Anything.
Not anything.
Not anything. So we're not going to put upside down pineapples out in front of the rig. But aside from upside down pineapples, we're up for anything. So if you have some place to go on the East Coast that's cool, that you love, tell us about it. All right. I've been yammering so much I'm putting you to sleep.
I'm tired.
We're both tired. So tomorrow we fire up the rig, we hook up the rig, fire up the brand new truck, and we are off to the East Coast. And we will start filming our adventures again. We're going to try and get back to doing a show a week, because we are finally out from under all of the work that we have had. We did like 8 months of work in 2 months.
A little tired.
Yeah, I'm terribly tired. All right, so that's it. That's it for this week. I got to do the, please subscribe, please hit the notification buttons, do all the things you're supposed to do, and don't make what?
Just don't make the funny face.
Oh, don't make the fun. We're gonna do something on that too. The thumbnails with the overly emotional face. I'm so tired of those. Okay, we're wrapping this thing up. We will see you next week. Thanks so much for watching. Say goodnight, Grace. Oh, Gracie's already good nighted. All right, see you guys next week.